Welcome to History 1 video assignment on Go West Young Man, Westward Expansion in the Young Republic. We're coming to you live, so to speak, from the confines of North Central Texas College on the Flower Mound campus. American life had changed little during the colonial era. On land, people got around either by walking or by horsepower. Roads were little more than trails through the woods. One such road was the Natchez Trace that ran from New Orleans to Nashville. On water, they used sailing ships, often using existing rivers and streams. There were no canals. In 1800, it took 50 days to move goods from Cincinnati, Ohio to New York City. Goods went down the Ohio River and then the Mississippi River on a flatboat to New Orleans. There, goods were loaded on a sailing ship that traveled along the Gulf Coast and up the Atlantic to New York City. Most manufacturing was done by hand, using the artisan-apprentice relationship. To communicate over long distances, people wrote letters. Because many Americans devoted their energies to solving the problems that inhibited interstate commerce, an economic transformation known as the Market Revolution took shape during the first half of the 19th century. There were three catalysts to the Market Revolution: innovations in transportation, innovations in communication, and innovations in farming. Using these inventions, Americans opened new land for settlement, reduced transportation costs from farm to market, and eased the selling process between manufacturer and consumer. Local consumers were linked to national and international markets. Finally, farmers became consumers of manufactured goods. This video assignment, titled Go West Young Man, discusses the development of the Midwest and the Old Southwest. A new, powerful, self-conscious region of the nation known as the West developed during the first half of the 19th century. Between 1790 and 1840, 4.5 million people moved west from the original 13 colonies, and most of this growth came after 1815, after the Napoleonic Wars. Between 1815 and 1850, 13 new states joined the Union, bringing the total to 31. Most new settlers came in groups. This is the era of the Conestoga wagon and the era of the Oregon Trail. Wherever they went, people replicated the societies that they had left. The farmers that filled the Old Northwest came from the North, so the Old Northwest was free. Those who settled the Old Southwest came from the South, and they owned slaves. Thus, the Old Southwest was slave. The Old Northwest was divided by villages and townships. The Old Southwest was divided by plantations and counties. The federal government, which generated revenues from land sales, charged $1.25 per acre. Those who did not pay were called squatters. They set up farms on undeveloped land without titles or claims. It's entirely possible that Abraham Lincoln's father, Thomas, was a squatter. All accounts point to Thomas paying for his farm in Kentucky, but subsequent moves to Indiana and Illinois suggest that Thomas's moves were related to difficulty in proving titles and deeds. International boundaries made no difference. American settlers moved into Oregon, Texas, and Florida. In Oregon, American settlers followed the Oregon Trail and extended it into territory claimed by Great Britain. In Texas, American settlers who thought they were moving to the Arkansas Territory went too far and ended up in North Texas. They set up a county government near Clarksville that they called Miller County. In 1836, representatives were sent from Miller County to both the Arkansas legislature and the Republic of Texas Congress. The matter was not resolved until Texas became a state in 1845. In 1817, Andrew Jackson invaded Florida, a Spanish territory at the time, in pursuit of the Seminole Indians. Seeking to avoid a war with the United States, Spain ceded Florida as part of the Adams-Onis Treaty in 1819. This treaty also set the western boundary of the Louisiana Purchase with Spain. The boundary created a series of stair steps between the Sabine, Red, and Arkansas rivers before reaching the 42nd parallel, which the boundary followed then to the Pacific Ocean. Thus, the Adams-Onis Treaty set the eastern boundary of Texas. Cities also played a role in the development of the western frontier. Cincinnati became known for its pork slaughterhouses. St. Louis stood at the crossroads of international trade between the United States and Mexico, and between the United States and Great Britain to the northwest. Incorporated as a city on the shore of Lake Michigan in 1837, Chicago became a railroad hub as all goods from Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Missouri, and Illinois were shipped there. By 1850, the urban population in the West stood at 6 million. Thank you for watching this video assignment on westward expansion in the Old Midwest and the Old Southwest, and may the force be with you on your next exam.